Have you ever wondered just how strange and mysterious space really is? Well, you're in for a treat. Today, we're about to take a deep dive into 8 mind-blowing facts about space that you probably didn't know. From stars bigger than our entire solar system to the coldest place in the universe, prepare to have your mind expanded. Let's start off with something truly massive. Imagine a star so big it makes our sun look like a speck. That star is Scuti, the largest known star in the universe. This behemoth is located in the constellation of Scutum, about 9,500 light-years away from Earth. Now, picture this. If Scuti were to replace our sun, its outer surface would extend all the way past Jupiter's orbit. That's right! It's around 1,700 times bigger than our sun. Just to give you a better idea of its size, if we could somehow fit our solar system inside Scuti, it would fill up the space between the sun and the planet Saturn twice. And here's something wild. This star is so massive, it might not even exist for much longer. Stars like Scuti burn through their fuel incredibly quickly, so it could eventually explode into a supernova in a few million years. That's still a long time, but when you're talking about a star this big, even the shortest lifespans are extraordinary. Fact number 2. You've probably heard that space is a vacuum, right? That means it's empty or nearly empty. But in reality, space is far from being a true vacuum. While the vast majority of it might seem empty to us, there are still tiny particles scattered everywhere. Even in the emptiest corners of space, there's a faint presence of gas and dust called the interstellar medium. This isn't something you could see with your eyes, but it's out there. The interstellar medium is made up of atoms, mostly hydrogen, and it makes up roughly 1% of the mass in our galaxy, the Milky Way. And here's an interesting twist. While space might seem empty, this matter still plays a huge role. It can absorb light cause cosmic radiation, and even lead to the formation of new stars. So space isn't as empty as you might think. It's filled with hidden energy and matter, just waiting to be discovered. Now, let's travel to Venus, a planet that's incredibly mysterious and harsh. It's often called Earth's sister planet because it's similar in size and composition, but don't let that fool you. Venus is a whole different beast. Here's something mind-blowing. A single day on Venus lasts 243 Earth days. That's right, one rotation of Venus on its axis takes almost an entire year on Earth. But it gets even crazier. Venus's orbit around the sun, the length of its year, only takes 225 Earth days. So a full day on Venus is actually longer than its entire year. Imagine that, a day that lasts almost an entire Earth year. And if that wasn't weird enough, Venus rotates in the opposite direction of most planets in our solar system. If you were standing on its surface, the sun would rise in the west and set in the east. Venus is truly a planet full of surprises. For the next one, let's hop over to Mars, where we find something that's not just the biggest in our solar system, but possibly the largest in the entire known universe, Olympus Mons. This massive shield volcano is about 13.6 miles, 22 kilometers high, nearly 3 times the height of Mount Everest. If you could stand on top of Olympus Mons, you'd be looking down at an entire Martian landscape. But its height isn't the only jaw-dropping feature. The volcano is so wide that it could easily cover the entire state of New Mexico. It's not just a big volcano, it's a planet-sized giant. Scientists believe Olympus Mons formed billions of years ago when Mars had volcanic activity. Because the planet has such low gravity, the lava flows that built up this monster volcano never stopped, allowing it to grow to this mind-blowing size. Imagine standing on Mars, looking up at a volcano that towers over you, stretching for miles in every direction. That's Olympus Mons for you. Now for the 5th one. Let's talk about something that's both fascinating and mind-bending: neutron stars. These are the remnants of massive stars that have gone supernova, collapsing into incredibly dense objects. To put it simply, neutron stars are ridiculously dense. Here's an example. A teaspoon of material from a neutron star would weigh about 6 billion tons. That's right, 6 billion tons packed into just one tiny spoonful. The reason they're so dense is because their atoms are crushed together so tightly that the protons and electrons combine to form neutrons. This makes the neutron star incredibly compact, with a mass typically greater than the Sun, but only about 10 to 20 kilometers in diameter. If you were to fall onto a neutron star, you wouldn't just be crushed by gravity, you'd be stretched into a long, thin strand due to a process known as spaghettification. So yeah, neutron stars are both fascinating and totally dangerous. For the fact number 6, have you ever wondered how far away the nearest star system is? Well, it's Alpha Centauri, located about 4.37 light-years from Earth. To give you a sense of how far that is, 1 light-year is about 5.88 trillion miles. That means Alpha Centauri is roughly 25.6 trillion miles away. Now, even with the fastest spacecraft ever built, the Parker Solar Probe, it would take over 20,000 years to get there. The Parker Solar Probe, which travels at a mind-boggling 430,000 miles per hour, can only cover a small fraction of the distance in its lifetime. So as cool as the idea of traveling to Alpha Centauri sounds, the technology just isn't there yet. We're still in the early stages of space travel. And while future generations might develop faster spacecraft, we've got a long way to go before we can even think about reaching the stars. Fact 7. If you think it can't get any colder than Earth's Antarctica, think again. The coldest place in the known universe is the Boomerang Nebula, located about 5,000 light-years away. In this region of space, temperatures drop to minus 458 degrees Fahrenheit. That is minus 272 degrees Celsius. This is just a fraction above absolute zero, the point at which all atomic movement stops. Scientists believe the Boomerang Nebula became so cold because of the rapid expansion of gas ejected from a dying star. The nebula's expansion causes the temperature to plummet, making it the coldest place we know of in the universe. In fact, this place is so cold that it's colder than the background radiation left over from the Big Bang, which is usually considered the coldest thing in space. It's hard to imagine temperatures that low, but in space, there are some truly chilling extremes. Finally, let's end our cosmic journey with a fun fact about the moon. You've probably heard that the moon doesn't rotate like Earth, but did you know that a single day on the moon lasts a whopping 29.5 Earth days? That's right. It takes about 29.5 Earth days for the moon to complete one full rotation on its axis. The reason for this is because the moon is tidally locked to Earth, meaning it rotates at the same rate it orbits our planet. This causes one side of the moon to always face us while the other side stays hidden. So when you're looking at the moon, you're only seeing one day of its 29.5-day cycle. And because of this, a day on the moon is almost a full month long here on Earth. If you ever find yourself on the moon, you'd be living through a day that feels much longer than what we're used to on Earth. So there you have it, 8 fascinating facts about space that will make you look at the universe in a whole new way. Which one blew your mind? Leave us a comment below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into the cosmos, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and check out our other videos to keep exploring the wonders of space. Thanks for watching.